This is First GenXers.
All right. Howdy, y'all, and welcome to tonight's edition of The Classroom, featuring this week, just me. O'Malley is feeling a little under the weather, and Suave is out indefinitely, so it will be just me tonight, rocking it on the mic. So I hope you're ready to enjoy. We're going to talk a little bit of NBA playoffs. That's right. We're going to be talking just a little bit of and the NBA playoffs has been mighty exciting over the past couple of weeks. Some results we were led to pretty easily, while others, like there's been a few surprises, I should say. Let's start with the fact that the Magic or the Pistons had to go to Game 7 with the Magic, with the Magic coming in off the play-in, and people like myself thinking like the Pistons a 60-win team, they should be crushing. I've asked this question before on the Classroom of are the Pistons paper champions, but I don't like to believe so. But they did get out there and get it done. I believe it was today to take out the Magic. They had just taken a 3-2 lead last time I looked at it. And let's see. So it was 3-2 Orlando, and ended up being 4-3 Detroit. Because as much as Orlando is young, I think that's going to be one of your Eastern Conference rivalries coming. It's going to be the Pistons and the Magic because that Magic team is young. Franz Wagner, they got Dylan Brooks over there, I believe, and a couple other amazing draft picks that they have, Paolo Banchero and stuff like that. So I expect to see these two battling it out as soon as the Magic get their together. But we start in the Western Conference where the Thunder do what the Thunder do in sweeping the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, Phoenix got some building to do. You know, their GM was talking about they're going to build around Devin Booker, and they want Devin Booker to stay long term. And I don't blame them. Shoot, who wouldn't want Devin Booker to stay long term? But yeah. But this is what they're going to be until they can get another superstar, either via the draft or via free agency around Devin Booker. Didn't work out with Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, but let's see where they go from here. The Lakers ended up beating. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a pretty quick episode, y'all. Like we're probably talking about 20 to 30 minutes. I'll say the Lakers. Let me go ahead and adjust that. Sorry, I said they were only up 3-2 at the last point in which I saw them. But LeBron James and the Luka-less Lakers advanced to the semifinals 4-2 after beating a young Rockets team that unfortunately was without Kevin Durant for a part of the series. I'm not going to use that as an excuse because they very well could have beaten, or they very well could have beaten that Lakers squad if things fall right, like just like any victory, things have to fall right, and they started to figure it out. The Lakers were just able to put them away because I agree with Stephen A. Smith from ESPN when he said the Lakers do not want this to go to a seventh game. They really don't. So, but they didn't, and they won the series 4-2. So I'm gonna tell you, it's one of those things where I guess you can call it an upset because you would have thought that having their top players minus KD facing off against the Lakers minus Luca and Austin Reeves. They should have been able to snatch that from them, but it looks like that wasn't it. That wasn't it. The Lakers advance, and we'll get to their second round matchup here in a second. Nuggets ended up falling to the Timberwolves. Like, wow. Like, and I believe they lost Anthony Edwards and Dante DiVincenzo, so there was like no excuse for why Jokic and the boys couldn't pull this back. And like, but I don't think they need to fire the coach because I think they did. I think they fired Mike Malone a while ago, and I think they have a new coach there. But that team tried. I just don't think they were ready for the moment, and even as a 3 seed. And so the Timberwolves end up advancing. Now, what's funny is I don't remember how long they've said Anthony Edwards or Dante. I think Dante's done for the season. He's done. I think he torn Achilles, I believe. But Anthony Edwards may come back. Does that Timberwolves team have enough to win their second round matchup? You would ask yourself, like, who are they playing in that second round matchup? Who, who, who? And that was a New Day reference there for you wrestling fans. The Spurs will be taking on the Timberwolves because they just, even without, okay, so first, let me say this. For those of you who have seen it, that flipping whatchamacallit with Wemby, that fall that he had, and just you see his head plow, like that was scary. And I couldn't imagine from his angle how scary it was, but for just watching it on TV, that was scary. Watching that young man slam his head on the ground, and then later it would look like unconscious. But he survived the protocol, came back, and now he's back dominating. And I think the NBA has a problem with Wemby. Swab would say that the Spurs didn't deserve Wemby. He should be on another team. But I don't care. The boy's going to, wherever he went, he was going to dominate the way he is right now at his height, being able to do what he does. I say, so that'll take us to the second round here of the Western Conference. We'll get to the Eastern Conference in a second, but that gives us Thunder Lakers in the second round. I'm gonna say this: if they pull this off, LeBron fans are going to be insufferable. They're going to be insufferable. If the Lakers pull this off and get to the conference finals, they're just going to be insufferable. Because at this point, yes, you are 100% correct if you believe that that the Thunder aren't the favorites to advance to the next round. Like they are the best team in the Western Conference and possibly the NBA. But really, I'm gonna be honest with you right here. I would love to see a Thunder Pistons finals. I would love that. Thunder and Pistons. Oh, that would be amazing. All right. And on the other side of the bracket, you have the Spurs and the T-Wolves. With no Anthony Edwards, at least for the first couple of games, sorry, I think this is easy work for the Spurs. I genuinely do. Like I think this is easy work for the Spurs, and they go on to the conference finals, where they give fits to the one and only Oklahoma City Thunder. So, but we'll see how those weeks play out. On the Eastern Conference, well, actually, let me go on ahead and take a quick break. All right, and run some promos. Like I said, it's only going to be about a 20, 25-minute episode. And then we will get to some the Eastern Conference and then what the second round may look like. And then we'll also get to some random NFL, potentially non-NFL information as well. You're watching The Classroom, today featuring Dark Lord 100, Double KK Double, rolling solo. And I will be back right after this commercial break. Let's see. We're going to go find the commercials first. Yeah, I know we go through this every week too. Be prepared. Dang it. No. Please.
back at it. Yep, we still doing it. Poetic beat. First GenXers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the same. Dropping these beats, won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the First GenXers, what's up? Let's flip on the Switch or the Xbox and get up in my zone, I'm clowning. Let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's baby business. I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this. And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's the First GenXers. We're now rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the First GenXers production. Get your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back.
Here.
You got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I've been real with this. Please don't judge me. I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode.
Adam's family like dynamic between Pugsley and Wednesday. Like very true.
Yeah.
Well, I always temper this because I think
I did not like the perceived and caution tagline.
I've also seen what Chase Center looks like when the Valkyries are fucking playing, so fuck all of you. Because Chase Center is packed no matter what's going on.
all right, and I'm back. What's up, y'all? So I hope you enjoyed that little promo block there from well, I'll say the First GenXers broadcast network with all of our sister shows, so on and so forth. Now versus then, Sugar and Spice, and then Dark Lord 100 plays. I'm hoping to put together some stuff for the night shift as well, and we'll get it on up there. All right. So back to this NBA playoffs. What's going on with that? The in the East, like I said, the Pistons managed to beat, I believe today, the Magic and get the victory to move on to the second round of the playoffs, to the semifinals. And I am proud of them because who knew? Like the Pistons look like especially when Cade Cunningham went down and they kept winning, they looked like they were legit. But still, you wonder because last year they came into the playoffs kind of hot and then got bounced. Uh, and it was just a downer for them. But this year they look like they get, or I believe, no, they didn't get knocked. The Celtics got knocked off by Indiana. No, they did get knocked off by Indiana, I believe. But now they find themselves in the second round and potentially facing either the Cavs or the Raptors, who are playing a second game 7. The East has been it. The Celtics, wow, we'll get to that in just a second. Let's see. And so all I can say is that the Pistons look like they are on their way. I'll say the Pistons are looking like they have a very good chance now of making it to the conference finals, if not the NBA finals. They're one of the best teams left. Let's move on to see who they. Like I said, you got Cleveland and what you call it tied 3-3. Cleveland and Toronto tied 3-3, and currently Cleveland is leading the game 7 to make sure or to try to stop the Raptors from upsetting them and sending them home. But game 7s is just amazing. Like when teams are that close, that's a competitive conference right there. That's what it is. And when I see guys like Donovan Mitchell and James Harden on the Cavaliers, I think that they deserve to move on to the next round and potentially, again, this is a year where anything can happen. We'll get to why in just a minute. And I'll give you a bit prime example right now with the next one I'll talk about, which is the Knicks and the Hawks. The Knicks went on ahead and knocked off the Hawks after opening up that series, and I believe losing the first game and then winning the second game, and then I believe they won the third game and then lost the fourth game. But needless to say, people thought that New York was on the brink. It even leaked over into WWE and Danhausen cursing the Knicks. But the cursing Stephen A. Smith, and that's why the Knicks had those issues. But when it came down to it, the Knicks got down to business, reevaluated how they did things, and got it back to words, and sent the Hawks, CJ McCollum and the Hawks home. Yes, it took everything in me as a Warriors fan not to say Jonathan Kuminga and the Hawks. No, yeah, because that was another reason why I didn't want them to win. No offense to the Hawks, but yeah, I just wasn't going to be able to deal with those people who were like, "Oh, see, Jonathan Kuminga, he's Jonathan Kuminga." Shut up. Anyway, and last but not least, we have what is now officially the first major or the second major upset of the playoffs. And that is the Philadelphia 76ers winning game 7, 109-100 over the number 2 seed Boston Celtics in Boston to knock them out of the playoffs. What? Did you hear what I just said? What? The Celtics were knocked off in the first round. And here's the thing about it. Philly's coming out of the play-in to that number 7 spot. And Philly won their number 7 game. And it's and I remember their fans chanting, "We want Boston. We want." The fans were chanting, "We want Boston, y'all." Like, what? And they got Boston. And look what they did. I don't know if Embiid has come back, but all I know is that it makes me extremely happy to know that 76ers team is starting to pay off now. Now they got a tall task for them in the Knicks. And I mean that like literally and figuratively. They got a tall task in front of them with the Knicks. I hope that they can pull it off. and get to the conference finals. You never know. This is one of those years. But it's going to be an interesting matchup, to say the least, because Cat and if Joel Embiid came back, it would make for a very, very good series in a lot of ways. And I can't wait to watch that low post battle with both Cat and Joel Embiid putting up 30 a night, 30 and 10 a night. Yeah, it's going to be beautiful. And this is the beauty of the NBA playoffs, people. Like anything can happen. Anything can happen. So let's see. That's it for the NBA playoffs. We'll talk more about them next week, hopefully with O'Malley. We'll see. If not, that's okay. It's okay. I can man the ship. Here we go. And let's see. For those of you who've been paying attention in the NFL, Deshaun Watson is now tracking to be the Browns QB1. You did not mishear me. Deshaun Watson. Not Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson. I think this could be a good thing for Shedeur, but he performed so well at the end of the last season. But then again, they are paying Deshaun Watson like $40 million a year, and it's almost impossible to move his contract with his record. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those. It's one of those things where it's not karma. I'm not saying that. It's one of those things where it's just kind of weird, like the type of choices that people make. But the Browns do have a good coach, and he wants to keep his job. So maybe that means starting Deshaun Watson over Shedeur Sanders. Let's see. Steelers. Pittsburgh selected quarterback Drew Allar in the draft to move the franchise legend Ben Roethlisberger reportedly wasn't totally in love with. Additionally, the team placed a rare tender on Aaron Rodgers, whose future with the team remains undecided, despite being described as sitting pretty after the draft. It's weird. It's honestly really odd, that whole situation going on over there. I've never seen this tender. I'm not saying it hasn't been done in my lifetime. I'm almost 50 years old. I'm saying I've never seen it done in my lifetime. And that's just interesting to me. Like, it's the type of tender where they get first rights to negotiate with him if he does decide to come back. And if he does sign with another team, they instead get a draft pick back in place of it. Like, it's a really odd tender, but hey, yeah, it sounds like the restricted free agent tender. Yes, it does. But yeah, it's a little bit more too. Like, it's just really interesting to see what's going on over there in Pittsburgh with the Aaron Rodgers situation. Yeah, I would say definitely. I think we talked about this last week that the Raiders and the Jets are, to me, the winners of the draft. I don't know if the teams will be any better. I just know that the Raiders went out and got themselves a for sure franchise quarterback, like they got with Derek Carr. Like, and if they could have put something around him, maybe if they can put something around him. Yeah, I don't know. For those of you hockey fans out there, the Stanley Cup playoffs has seen significant shakeups in the first round. Ducks and Wild advance. The Ducks eliminated two-time conference champion Edmonton Oilers in 6 games. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Wild defeated Dallas Stars to secure the first playoff series win in 11 years. The Hurricanes and Flyers are set to face off in round 2. The Hurricanes swept the Senators. They will face the Flyers, who ended their own 5-year playoff drought by eliminating the Pittsburgh Penguins. Not the Flyers and the Penguins. That used to be it right there. Let's see. John Cooper of the Lightning, Dan Muse of the Hurricanes, and Lindy Ruff of the Sabres were named the 3 finalists for the Coach of the Year award. For those of you baseball fans out there, Kyle Schwarber hit his 350th home run, became 9th active player to reach 350. during a Phillies doubleheader sweep of the Giants, who just aren't having a good year. Both the Mets and Astros, both teams are facing early season crises. The Mets unraveled in April, losing 17 of their final 20 games. The Astros also ended the month on an 8-18 record, marking one of the worst starts in franchise history. Wow. Reports resurfaced this week that MLB expansion is heating up with cities like Portland, Nashville, and Charlotte. Fuck y'all. Oakland. Y'all took the A's from Oakland, let them move to Vegas. Give Oakland another team back. Like, screw that. Screw everywhere else. Sorry, Portland. Sorry, Nashville. Sorry, Charlotte. No, Oakland. Oakland should get a new team. There, I said it. Well, that's going to do it. Oh, and Renegade. No, that was an early favorite. I believe he won. Somebody won the Kentucky Derby. Let's look that up real quick. I believe it was yesterday. Golden Tempo, 23-1 odds. A horse won the Kentucky Derby. Time of 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Ridden by Jose Ortiz and trained by Cherie DeVoe. First female trainer to win the Derby. Renegade finished second, followed by Ocelli in third, and the winner took home $3.1 million of the $5 million. That's insane. Just for running literally a 40-mile. That's just straight crazy. But that's it for me for tonight, y'all. I want to appreciate to everybody who came by, whether you tapped in the comments or not, whether you were on YouTube or on Twitch. We appreciate you. You can catch me next on Tuesday on both Double KK Double and whatchamacallit and Twitch for Football Tuesdays. And you can catch The Saint if you're on Twitch coming up next, probably at about 7 o'clock with an episode of Now versus Then, either Fusion or Deuce. So be on the lookout for that. And then we'll have Rune Scryer on tonight at midnight with the night shift. So appreciate y'all. We will see y'all next week on The Classroom, hopefully with O'Malley. Peace.